Hey, today's shave, going back to the B5 knot from Declaration Grooming, tall handle from 24mm from Whip Dog. I like to, not mandatory, but I like to soak my badger brushes in a cup like this for just a few minutes. Today's soap is going to be, the cursive on here, Hallward's Dream. It is from Storybook, Soapworks. And the smell I really enjoy. Kind of a dry wood type smell. Got some sandalwood in there, which is one of my favorites. So I'm looking forward to trying it. I have tried this base before and it's pretty good. Let us scoop. Very soft soap. Just put a 1/4 teaspoon here in the bottom of my lather bowl. That is just not even going to have a problem integrating, is it? Very soft. And other equipment we're going to use are a blade that is getting old, but you wouldn't know it from the performance. The dots, if you add them up, that is 46 uses. So today's 47. The color of this is kind of a pearlized light, almost like a light flesh color or a jellyfish color, you know, a slight pinkish hue. Is there a rosy glow? And the razor we're going to use is one I've been enjoying lately, a Wolfman WR1 head, 0.67 gap and solid bar, as you can see. Italian barber, stainless steel radio knob handle. All right, I love the if a handle has grip knurling all the way down, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. So I like that this one just has it in where I need it. All right. So I'm gonna get my face wet. Before I start lathering up, should be enough time for the badger to be wet. I'm going to shake out most of the soap. So here we go. There's some, I think, citrus that jumped out at me right away. Couldn't smell that from the dry tub. Yeah, that's nice. A lot of the sandalwood kind of went away. The dry wood, not as dominant now. A little bit of stir in there, and now we can turn to the water. I have hard water, and I just use what comes out of the cold tap. And right now I kind of feel like doing half a teaspoon at a time. Haven't even been scraping it off the walls yet. Just wanted to kind of keep adding water. Now I can kind of start Very nice looking, very slick. A nice sheen on it. Nice creamy soap. Now this is kind of one of the more expensive ones. So I'm glad I got the sample. I think $25 for 4 ounces or something like that for a tub of it. Two teaspoons now is in the bowl. 2 teaspoons are in the bowl. My mind was thinking 1 syringe is in the bowl, but my mouth said, oh, see right there, wafted up. That's that nice dry sandalwood smell. Yeah, that's coming in now. Now, this is one of those easy to lather artisan soaps that starts out thick and then thins down as you add water. And so you can just feel it with your fingers and stop adding water whenever it's right. Nice cushion. I barely feel the ridges on my fingertip. Pretty cool. Takes a second to rinse away. I'm going to add just a little bit more water. That'll help me get a little bit more volume. Some of these artisan soaps sometimes even take more than the 1/4 teaspoon of soap. Yeah, there we go. A little volume increase there from just that water I just added. So we're looking at 2.5 teaspoons of water in here. I'll probably shave with that just to see. Let's do another finger test just to kind of see. Yep, that's thinned down more. Yep, I think that's good. Nice and slick. Happy with that. A little more stirring just to make sure it's evened out. Modern brush, modern razor, modern soap. Sometimes you'll see me using the 100-year-old soap, or at least a 100-year-old formula, and a 100-year-old razor. I even have my great-grandfather's brush. It's almost 100 years. But today it's modern. I'm happy with that. Let's look at the attributes here. I mean, look how flippin' glossy that is. Some would say it's a little too rigid, but this brush seems to mix it up in a way that keeps it kind of dense. And so sometimes I have to stop a little earlier than I usually do with previous Badger brushes. All right, let me get my face wet. And here we go. Oh, feels good. Yeah, scent strength right now, it's kind of more like a 2 or a 3. So it's not too strong. I've got a couple of Storybook soaps. If this was just a little bit stronger, I'd probably, might just jump to the top of my list. Hook. I really like Hook. It's a little stronger. I think that's probably my reigning champion from Storybook. I think that's a Storybook soap. Lather looks nice. See if it's too thick. Looks like it might be, or it might be exactly perfectly rich and creamy and delicious. So let's see how it sticks to the skin to protect and give glide for the razor. And for a blade that's had a month and a half of uses, it's doing very well. Yep. I feel the hairs being cut. Actually, it's not so much as a haircut feeling. I don't feel the edge. It's not sharp to the face feel. It just feels like I'm running an object over my hairs, and I can feel the hairs kind of leaving and giving up. You know, that's kind of what it is. It's not uncomfortable at all. It's an old blade, meaning that it's seen 46 whole uses. Yeah, you know, in the future I might want to add just a touch more water to this one, but that's all right. It's doing great. So what I can do is leave a little water on my face after the rinse, which I will do now. All right. Tips feel great. I was just reading today that this B5 knot, some of the later knots in the B5 series would have gel tips. The tips would gel up pretty quickly, like within 3 uses or so. I have one brush that has gelled tips. I don't think I like it. I think I just like nice, soft hairs. And so I hope this is from the earlier part of his run. So we'll see. Of course, you know, the other one that I have that's gel is not a declaration brush. And so who knows? Maybe it will gel and I'll love it. So we'll just see. So leaving that extra water on my face didn't hurt anything at all. Very nice. Didn't make it too thin. Now cross grain on my cheeks. This feels very smooth. The 0.67 gap on this razor is 1 notch above the standard gap, so it's not a mild razor. And so this blade, this old blade, is doing really well in a slightly aggressive razor. The soap is doing really well to protect my skin. I've got great glide. First pass was comfortable. Nice, easy shave. Trouble area right here. Just gonna be light and casual, almost like a new pet. Pretend like you're ambivalent to his presence, so you don't spook him. Or maybe like a snake you've come across in the forest, and you know you could be in trouble if you don't keep your cool. You're gonna rinse. So yeah, unfortunately the scent is a little too weak for me. My preference is it's there, it's enjoyable, just not there enough maybe. It's a really nice scent. It's really too bad. It's got some really authentic sandalwood notes to it that a lot of soaps abandon because sandalwood oil is expensive. So they combine it, and then also companies combine it with floral stuff and screw it all up, and then you don't end up smelling any of the sandalwood. But this is a really nice, it's got a very authentic component that's not competing with other scents to a degree where it clouds the note. I think I'm getting a little bit of that citrus as well, which is nice, but it's not, they're existing separately almost. And so I can enjoy that sandalwood when I do get a good waft of it. Unfortunately, it's just a little on the light side for me. That might be good for people with sensitive skin though, because that might mean it will irritate their skin less. I'm being fast. The aftershave will tell if I'm being careless. I'm trying to focus on the right stroke direction, keeping the angle proper. Cheeks always get shaved really well. Don't really worry about them too much. The mole right there, I finally learned how to change my direction in that area, and that's helped. Made it no longer a problem. A few little areas where it takes you a while to figure some of the directions out. So that's 3 passes down. We'll go ahead and do the neck pass. So this is one that definitely does have a creamy, rich feel to it. As I washed I habitually lathered up my cheeks. I keep doing that. Great feel as I rinse the cream away, as I rinse the lather away. Really luxurious feeling, and it should, because I mean it's a $25 soap. So I probably wouldn't bring this one in because of the scent being a little bit too light, but it's a very nice performing base. You'll have to decide. I think there are some others that perform almost as good for half the price, so it's a trade-off there. All right. So, turns out we'll go ahead and give the face a nice quick, very smooth. very smooth run to clean my face off. Some areas in my neck I don't have to worry about being quite so gentle. I guess the skin's just tougher in certain places. A little bit of upturn there, and then I have to switch the razor around, and that usually works really well. All right, I'm kind of getting a nice whiff of it. It's still kind of low scented, but it's there. It's nice. Man, I wish it was more. I wish it was stronger, because I really like that scent. It's like a sandalwood, but they added a little bit to it in a good way. So it's different, but authentic sandalwood fans will enjoy it, in my opinion. Better rinse it off. All right, the results are great. Almost an identical shave as last night. Just a few little hairs that are showing just a little bit of length, but the rest of them are cut so flush, it's just delicious. Where did that word come from? I don't know. Cheeks feel great. Yeah, 95% baby butt smooth without going against the grain. I feel good this way. Let's put on an alcohol splash and see what it feels like. Well, today and tomorrow is Clubman series, because today we're going to do the Clubman Special Reserve. I don't like regular Clubman, but I like Whiskey Woods, and I like the Special Reserve. So let's see what they think of my shave. Tiny, tiny stings. Not really a problem. So, pretty good technique. And the blade's not roughing up my skin. So I'm happy with that. Yeah. Sometimes the alcohol will bring out a little bit of redness that it wasn't even showing before the splash was put on. I don't feel it right now. Nice kind of grassy scent with the cologne type scent in this splash. All right, very cool. I'm gonna start cleaning up. That was good. I'm hoping this brush continues to kind of work and open up a little bit with use, splay out so that it's not quite so dense in the middle. But the tips continue to be wonderful. So how much water did we use? Yep, we ended up using, like I said, 2.5 teaspoons. And I believe I could go maybe 2 3/4, maybe even 3, and have a very slick lather as well. So if I want to go kind of luxurious with this soap base, then the 2.5 was perfect. Because it still bonded to my skin, gave me great glide. Even on the first pass, it didn't need kind of a pass to kind of work itself in. And so that's good. And so if you want creamy, you can stop there. If you want to stretch it out just a little bit more and go for super slick, then maybe add another 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon to that mix. And there we go. We're all done. Very good. Love that scent of the Special Reserve. Don't use that one too often. A little bit of sting. So my technique was pretty good because it wasn't very much sting. Face feels good. That redness is even almost gone there. I've got oily skin, and so the alcohol splash is fine for me. If you got dry skin, you'll definitely want to get a good soap that has post-shave healthy items for your skin, moisturizers built into it already, and then another moisturizer for like a balm or something. But I've got oily skin, so that's all kind of built in. Nice, close, very enjoyable shave. There we go. Yeah, everything about it. I'm hoping that the declaration brush kind of opens up more. And you know, the scent, man, that's such a really good scent. I really, really like that scent. It's just a little on the weak side for me. That's too bad. But in a sense, that's cool because there are probably some sensitive skin people out there who are now going to be able to enjoy a nice, well-developed scent profile safely without any irritation. But as for me, I'll just have to keep hunting. All right. Well, I hope this was good for you in some way. Take care. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Good night.